overlooked in the pantheon of great rivalries, but this has always been fierce, and both of these teams know if they survive and advance from here, a host of opportunities lie ahead. An iconic venue, Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the LSU Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Well, guys, as you know, there has been so much heat and talk in the offseason about Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss to go coach at LSU. His Vanity Fair article was scathing on the recruiting, and some of the topics have really gotten these fan bases fired up. Well, it's all going to play out live in front of us here today in a stadium. Will his new team be better than his old team? Ole Miss is returning Trinidad Chandless. They are a team that made it to the college football playoff last year. LSU did not. Let's see how this shakes out down here on the field. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw, it's Chambliss. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Fresh center downs going to the air. Fires on the move. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Second down, going to throw it. They get to him as he throws.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Snapped on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on fourth down, and rolling the dice pays off.
Well, you're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got a lot of confidence in their skill players throwing the ball, and right now that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make myself? Do I go dime? Do I go nickel, right? Like, they're definitely pass happy, but the first thing I have to do is get a pass rush and make this quarterback feel uncomfortable.
Looking downfield, it's Chambliss. Look out! And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting the fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Finds his target. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Lets it fly. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Got room on the return. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Making the adjustment on the play. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Gets rid of it. Hauls it in. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. You got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So, you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
Grab behind the line. It's Brown. Turns it on in midfield. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Tigers, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
2nd and long here. Hands it off. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. Sets his feet. It's Chambliss. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Tigers. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Give to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The Rebels moving quickly to the line.
Guys, you just say Magnolia Bowl, and it sounds elegant and pristine and reserved.
And Ole Miss and LSU, anything but. Charges of clock malfeasance, downright cheating back in the old days just to get a leg up in this rivalry game.
It feels like they've been playing this game since the Louisiana Purchase and Napoleonic Law. They've been playing it forever down south in an area of the country where sometimes it just feels like it matters more. I can't wait to see what happens today.
And I love what Reese says. Cheating, yeah.
Snags it, and he's open. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
After giving up that big shot defensively, how confident are you calling that coverage again? You're now on your own end of the field, and now your backs are against the wall.
Quick give. It's Lacy. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Dropping back, it's Chambliss. Got there right as the ball did, jarred it loose, it'll be third down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And here's the third interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Off play action on first down. Stepping to the right. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Handoff, Caden Durham. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Second down, going to throw it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Left side is Green. And he's not going to get the first down. Good stop there.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there. But we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. They'll go with Durham. Nice move there. He's got enough for the first down, and he might get a few bonus yards if they call that a face mask. They'll take the penalty and move them back. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Back to pass, it's Levin. Here comes the heat. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They'll line up for a second down play. The throw on second down, and they need a lot. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Avoids the punishment with the slide, and a good gain on that run.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You've got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. But wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great third down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. Looking left. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Second down to the air. Throws to the wideout. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at. He's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Driving forward, it's Durham. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
It's third and goal and third and long. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Now on the move. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on third and goal, and it did not pay off. Scanning the field, it's Levitt. Rushes on. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
That's just a play the quarterback can't make. Fourth down by the goal line. That ball's got to find its way in the end zone somehow, some way. You simply cannot take a sack. I know it's difficult. The defense is bearing down on you, but you've got to be able to negotiate that throw and at least give somebody a chance in the end zone.
Fires to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has...
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in the last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward.
He'll take a deep shot here. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Sells to run, looking to pass. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Quickly to the tight end. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Tigers are in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And he's knocked down. They'll mark it at the 15. It's a first down in the red zone. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Back to throw. It's Levitt. Got his man. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Wants to go up top on second down. He caught it! And he will score! Touchdown, Tigers! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Cook. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Play action on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Ole Miss calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Right side, it's Haas. Ole Miss calls its third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. Needs it here on fourth down. Blasted as he lets it go. And the pass is incomplete on fourth down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty.
Number 17 on the field goal.
He nails it, a 58-yard field goal. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the #1 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Sooners coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Tells the run, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Out wide right, it's Wilson. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
And the Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give to Caden Durham. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Tight end finds a soft spot. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. Tough run here. It's Durham. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They give him the rock again on second and goal. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Tigers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. On to attempt the try. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Oh, how could that happen? He misses the extra point. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Rebels offense is back on the field. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. Out wide left, it's Cook. Here he goes. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Rebels. He got a step and just dusted the field. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And they did tack on the extra point.
23, Ole Miss 10.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's tackled right there, but a good job to pick his way and find some room on that return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. He'll try to do it himself. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Still looking to his right. Oh, what a move. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Hauls it in. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Looking downfield, it's Levin. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
And he'll be stopped for no gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Touchdown LSU! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. He wants to throw it. Oh, pressure's coming. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Hit as he throws. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Oh, he's got some space. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown LSU! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And the extra point is good. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking to throw, it's Chambliss. Under pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Back to pass on second down. Right side, it's Gill. At the 45 on his way. There he goes down the right side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Rebels.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw in that touchdown pass.
They'll move the tight end. He's looking to throw. He's got it for the two-point conversion. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. And the kick bounces out of bounds. They will not get the onside attempt, but they will draw a flag. Hits inside. It's Durham. Breaks into the open. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to 24. The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. On first down, it's Durham again. Swapped immediately.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. The give to Caden Durham. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul. On third down, here's Durham. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Here's Durham. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there. Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space. I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes? Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Quarterback changing the play. Rolls right. Bought a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the punishment has been extended.
Well, it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback. You saw it right there. He is dialed in. He's finding his one-on-one matchups. He's making good decisions, and he's been so accurate. Now 14.
Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. Just gets rid of that one. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. To throw, it's Chambliss. Unleashes one. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cook. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Grabs it inside the 15. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. From the red zone, it's Lacy. Powers through. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels! I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
He's got it for the 2-point conversion. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And listen, you start to get desperate, right? Late in the game, it's in the 4th quarter. You know, I got to steal a possession somehow, some way, and you got to pull the trigger and kick an onside, something you feel good with. They tried. Unfortunately, they failed, and this game's going to get difficult now, even more down the stretch.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Caden Durham again. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up 3rd down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they...
Leaping grab for a big gain. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Moving the pocket, it's Levin. Out wide right, it's Green. Makes a got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. And the route is on. His 3rd touchdown of this game and his 3rd on the season.
That's an impressive touchdown there, considering the plays this defense, particularly the secondary, has already made against him. And we knew this quarterback was going to come into this one, David, and be aggressive. There aren't many people who really scare him, and the defense has made him pay. A couple bad decisions, a couple great plays on the back end, one-on-one. But this guy's still taking his shots. He's not backing down. He's got his offense back on the board.
I think that's the most impressive part. He made some mistakes, and a lot of times you see people that they go in a shell, right? They make mistakes. They can't rebound. They can't find the answers to continue to keep making plays. Make the next play. Make the next play. Now down the stretch to give your team the lead.
Breaks away on the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Drops back on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard to see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Looking downfield, it's Chambliss. Throws to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all...
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Got to make the play on 4th. Looking for a deep man. Got him outside. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. And the Rebels want to move quickly. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he breaks the plane. Touchdown, Rebels.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the fourth quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game.
One more play to pad the stats. Wants to throw one first. Keeping his eyes downfield. Throws for the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Green. And that is how we will wrap this one up. The Magnolia Bowl goes to LSU as the Tigers take care of Ole Miss. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and